Let's be brutally honest. People love alcohol for one simple reason. It gives them an escape. A quick doorway out of the noise in their head. For a few hours, you can loosen up, laugh louder, dance harder, and silence that restless inner voice that never seems to stop. For many, it's the easiest way to feel okay, to feel alive, to feel connected, even if only temporarily. But here is the part no one wants to admit. Alcohol isn't just a harmless drink. It's one of the most powerful tools of suppression that humanity has ever accepted. Spiritually, it disconnects you from yourself faster than almost anything else. It lowers your awareness, dulls your intuition, and weakens the very shield that protects your spirit. And yet society has normalized it so deeply, you never even question it. Think about it. Alcohol is everywhere. Celebrations, birthdays, weddings, even funerals. Friday nights, vacations, even casual dinners. It is so woven into the fabric of life that most people don't even see it anymore. It's just part of being human. But the truth is far more sinister. Alcohol doesn't liberate you. It chains you. If you actually care about your energy, your clarity, and your spiritual growth, you need to hear this out. Because once you see alcohol for what it truly is, you can't unsee it. And after today, every time you hold a glass in your hand, a question will whisper in the back of your mind. Do I really want to drink this, knowing what it does to me? Let's start where most people never look history. The word alcohol itself doesn't come from a bar, a brewery, or even modern science. It comes from the Arabic word alcohol, which originally meant a subtle spirit, something that extracts and strips away. Later, it was used to describe the fine black powder used for the eyes. But the essence of the word was always the same: to extract, to pull away, to strip. And that's exactly what alcohol does. It doesn't give, it takes. It strips your life force. Ancient cultures knew this. The Egyptians used beer and wine in religious offerings, but never casually. They treated it as a sacred, dangerous substance, something that could connect you to other realms, but also expose you to forces you weren't ready for. The Mesopotamians saw alcohol as a gift of the gods, but also as a test, a way to see whether humans would misuse it. The Greeks went even further. They had an entire god dedicated to wine, Dionysus. But Dionysus wasn't just about joy and celebration. He was also the god of madness and chaos. His festivals were wild, ecstatic, uncontrollable, and that was the point. The Greeks knew alcohol could dissolve boundaries between order and chaos, sanity and insanity, humanity and divinity. Shamans in tribal traditions sometimes used fermented brews in rituals. But and this is important, they never drank recklessly. They used alcohol with intention, ceremony, and protection. Because they knew, once you open that doorway, you're inviting something in. Spirits, energies, influences. That's why it's still called spirits. Not just because it lifts your mood, but because when you drink, you lower your natural defenses. You weaken your shield. Back then, alcohol was understood as a double-edged sword capable of connecting, but also capable of destroying. Today, we've forgotten that entirely. We drink casually, daily, thoughtlessly. And because we've lost the sacredness, we've lost the caution. Here's the unfiltered truth. Alcohol lowers your vibration. Period. When you drink, your energy field, your aura weakens. Normally, your aura acts like a shield, protecting you from external energies, from other people's negativity, from subtle influences you can't even see. But alcohol pokes holes in that shield. Suddenly, you're open, vulnerable, unprotected. That's why after drinking, you don't just feel hungover. You feel drained, heavy, anxious, sometimes even depressed. People laugh it off. Oh, it's just a hangover. But no, it's your energy body trying to recover from the damage. You didn't just dehydrate your cells. you fractured your spiritual armor. Think about it. Why do so many fights, regrets, and mistakes happen under alcohol? Why do people say, "I don't know what came over me. I wasn't myself"? It's because in that state, you aren't fully yourself. Your higher mind is dulled, your intuition is silenced, and your defenses are down. You're wide open to influences you normally wouldn't allow. This is why so many spiritual traditions warned against intoxication. From Hinduism to Buddhism, from Sufi mystics to early Christian monks, the message was clear. If you want clarity, stay sober. Because alcohol doesn't just cloud your thoughts, it clouds your connection. It drags your frequency down, making you easier to influence, easier to control, easier to keep stuck in the same cycles. And here is the kicker. Most people don't even notice the spiritual impact because they're so used to it. They live their whole lives in a slightly dulled state, thinking it's normal. They don't realize what their clarity, their intuition, their inner power could actually feel like because alcohol has always kept it muted. Now, here's the question you need to ask. If alcohol does all this, if it lowers vibration, weakens spirit, makes you easier to influence, then why is it everywhere? Why is it celebrated? Marketed? Glamorized? Why is it so deeply woven into culture that you can't even imagine a wedding, a party, or even a Friday night without it? The answer is simple. Conditioning. Look around you. Every movie, every commercial, every billboard alcohol is always linked to fun, freedom, sex, adventure. It's the adult thing to do. It's sold as a symbol of success and relaxation. But what if it's the opposite? What if alcohol isn't about freedom at all, but about dependency? A spiritually strong, self-aware, fully conscious population is difficult to control. They ask questions, they resist authority, they think for themselves. But a population that drinks? That escapes into the bottle every weekend. That numbs their inner restlessness instead of facing it. That population is easy to keep asleep. Think about it. The economy thrives on alcohol sales. Governments tax it heavily. Corporations make billions. Media sells it as glamorous. The entire system benefits from you staying hooked. Do you think it's a coincidence? No, it's design. And it works. Here's the raw truth. Alcohol isn't just a bad habit. It's a tool that suppresses human potential and keeps people disconnected from themselves. You think you're relaxing, but you're giving up clarity. You think you're having fun, but you're lowering your consciousness. You think it's harmless, but it's draining your energy and muting your spirit. Spiritually, alcohol doesn't give, it takes. It takes your energy, your focus, your awareness. That's why after years of drinking, people often feel stuck, empty, disconnected. Because alcohol has been silently stripping their spirit all along. So the question is simple. Are you okay with being spiritually numb? Are you okay with giving your energy away to a substance that was never meant to liberate you, but to control you? Because the moment you stop, even for a while, you'll feel it. Your clarity sharpens, your intuition returns, your energy grows stronger. You begin to see things in your life, in your relationships, in society itself, with a level of truth you didn't have before. This isn't about guilt. It's about awareness. Alcohol has been sold to you as harmless fun, but in truth, it's one of the oldest traps humanity has ever walked into. And now you know. So next time you pick up a drink, ask yourself who really benefits when I drink this. Me or the system that profits from my silence? Because at the end of the day, alcohol doesn't just disconnect you from spirit. It disconnects you from yourself. And once you see that, you can never look at a drink the same way again.